say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Seminoles have been waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Quick completion to the right. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Dampier. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down. And they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Makes the catch. It's Dampier. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He wants to change this route. He wants to throw it again. Finds his man. It's Moore. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
I think this this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Wants to go up top. Bought a little time. Lets it go. That's reeled in. It's Hughes. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. The Ducks come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Mayava. Fires to the tight end. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14.
And when you got a weapon this good at tight end, a quarterback, you've got to look his way, especially in this area of the field. Because remember, it's the red zone where these windows are so small. Nice job getting the completion and picking up the first.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield on first down. They'll run the screen. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here's the handoff. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win.
Turning it on! And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
Here's the give off the left side. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
The Seminoles with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Gives it on the option. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To the ground to try to pick up the first. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps. running to the football, nowhere to go.
They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. On the snap, it's Alchuk. Find some fresh air. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
To throw, it's Sperry. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Going to sling it on second down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Zings it complete to the right. On his feet at the 40. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And the Seminoles will go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. At the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Ducks. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point. And
I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Back to pass, it's Sperry. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. Keeps it himself and gets to first. They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time. And listen, they've had some great ones at Florida State. Looking for that next great one to take them over the top.
Wants to throw on first down. Right on the money. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark mark it at the 14.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. He's shoved out of bounds right at the 6-yard line as they were able to at least keep him out of the end zone.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. The incomplete pass, 4th down, fails, and they'll turn it over.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
From the gun, the ground game. Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw. It's Mayava. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And we're not used to seeing this from this offense. This offense usually clips at a really high level on 3rd down. They execute well. Tip your cap to the defense. They won that battle.
He'll signal for and make the fair catch right around midfield. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Pittman. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Alchuk. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a 1st down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
Looking for room. It's Acha. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short.
Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Sperry. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
This is obviously not a start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. From the shotgun, the inside give. Gets it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple 1st downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
On the run, it's Sutter. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a 1st down just outside the red zone.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Here's the pressure. Got his man on the right. Headed to the end zone. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Hughes. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the 1st half.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. Wants to throw. It's Sperry. Throws to the back. Caught, close to the marker, it's Ocha. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it's picked off for the third time today. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on first down. On the run, deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And this will be a bit of a challenge, a 46-yard attempt from the right hash. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And they'll push that lead out a little further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Will kick it away to start the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive with this. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to throw, it's Sperry. Under fire. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Using his legs, it's Hughes. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4.
awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Trying to pound it in. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. The give on the option. Tried to get them a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. To the air, it's Turner. Going over the top. And his first pass is incomplete. It's tough to come in and fire one early.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's caught. It's Pittman. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. It's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You could flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Man, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Turner. Here's a heat. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
And I get it. At this point in the 2nd half, here, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all.
There he goes. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
The option look. Now the toss. Touchdown Ducks! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And with that drive, you start to get excited. You start to think about the bounce back from a week ago. Went on the road, tough loss. You get to come back home, and this team has really been a different team today. Nice performance after a heartbreaking loss last week.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
The Noles with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Turner. Looking to scramble. Oh, he's got a chance. First down and more. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. It's Ochop. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Bought a little time, lets it go. Pulls it in, it's Robinson. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives live? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Looking for space. It's Hughes. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. And it doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
The give from the gun. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Out of the gun, they give to the back. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happened.
Looking deep. Got it in stride inside the 20.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
The give to the single back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they'll put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you get in this red area where you have to be able to run the football effectively. Those passing windows tend to shrink a lot.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Man, what a really nice job by being disciplined by this defense. Like, understanding I'm trying to rush the passer, probably a passing situation type of a deal, but doing it with some discipline. They try to sneak the screen in. They were ready for it. Nice job by this defense.
He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, the head coach is looking real smart after gambling for it there on fourth and short in field goal range, but he trusts his quarterback to go to the right place with the football. Huge play now setting up first and goal.
He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, that is a great tackle, man. Your safeties have to be great tacklers, especially nowadays with all these quarterbacks that want to run. These good athletes like this guy right here. Nice job being in space, getting him to the ground. That is a tough ask, but, man, did he do it right there.
He leaves it with his back. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next third down, try to force the opponent into a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
On third and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Tight end trying to get in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And with that stop by this defense, now I think it's interesting because obviously the scoreboard, multiple possessions, what I need to accomplish. Do you kick it now because it's a long yardage fourth down situation, or do you say, nope, I'm going for the touchdown?
Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to punch it in. He is stopped short of the line to gain. The fourth down try goes awry, and that might just do it.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on that RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Tough call to make here. 3rd and 10 from inside your own 5. You just can't afford a mistake. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Pick Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Sets up the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. USC is putting on an offensive clinic. They've built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up 14 over Fresno State. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the postgame.
Fires toward the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
After starting the season 0-1, they knew they needed more from their offense in this game. Just had to find ways to make more explosive plays, and that's what they've been able to do. They've executed at a tremendous level. I really like the quarterback play and the leadership that he's showing, and because of that, they look like they're going to get back to 500, and let's see where this team can go.
And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Looking downfield, it's Turner. He's taking a deep shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Back to pass. The throw. Pulls it in. It's Robinson. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the Noles will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes a grab past the marker. Slips one guy, now he's loose. At the 20. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight.
It's a fake. The holder's going to try to toss it. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground, and most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
You waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field.